Good afternoon, Robert Scribbler. It is August 9th, 2018. Thank you for joining me for another climate change and clean energy video blog. Now for this segment, I am going to talk with you about some actions that California may pursue to enhance its response to human-caused climate change. But before I do, I'd just like to call your attention to the satellite shot for today of California, which is presently in large part blanketed by smoke from massive wildfires that are still burning across the state. I'd also like to note that California is on the front lines of human-caused climate change in that many climate change impacts are currently being realized for California, and that California is one of the regions of the world that will tend to feel climate change related impacts first and unfortunately hardest. But fortunately, California is also a global leader in climate response. California has already enacted numerous policies, including a policy to have all new buildings have solar panels as long as they're solar ready. The state is a leader in emissions standards for vehicles and is part of a multi-state coalition to increase emissions and fuel standards. It is also a part of the United States Climate Alliance, which includes a number of states who have pledged to uphold the Paris Climate Agreement despite Donald Trump's stated intention of removing the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. And California has forged alliances with numerous countries, other countries, to enable a clean energy economy. Now, these are just a few of the many legislative actions and political actions and policy actions that California has already taken to promote clean energy and to reduce their carbon emissions and to respond to human-caused climate change. But according to a recent crackerjack article written in the Desert Sun by Sammy Roth, California over the next 3 weeks could make additional policy decisions that could help to shape its energy future for years and decades to come. In particular, California legislators and lawmakers are considering passing two major bills. And one of these bills, known as Senate Bill 100, would require California to receive 100% of its electricity from renewable energy-based sources by 2045 and 60% by 2030, which would be very aggressive. So if California does decide to pass Senate Bill 100, that would be a major step forward in its response to human-caused climate change. And the second major bill would involve partnering with states across the West. It would be Assembly Bill 813, which would involve states across the West partnering to share power, which would provide a market for excess energy produced by California from clean energy sources like wind and solar, and would thus enable other states, if the bill was passed in an effective manner, other states to transition away from fossil fuels more rapidly, while it would provide an avenue for California to increase its economic growth potential and clean energy jobs potential. So California, though it is already a climate leader, as we can see, has many incentives, as do the rest of us, for transitioning away from fossil fuel burning and toward a clean energy, low carbon, zero carbon, and eventually net carbon negative future. And thankfully, California is one of the major leaders for these initiatives in both the US and on a global basis. But over the next 3 weeks, California has the opportunity to leap ahead yet again. Now, before I leave, I'd just like to again call your attention to this article in the Desert Sun entitled, "California's Energy Future is Up for Grabs. Here are the bills that could pass in the next 3 weeks," which takes a deep dive into the new policy choices that California has the potential of making, the new clean energy choices that California could be making over the next 3 weeks that could shape California's energy policy and the policies of many other states and regions over the coming years. So let's hope California makes the right choice in this respect. And I am going to just go ahead and sign out for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be chatting with you soon.